Good afternoon, students. So we have started the second lesson, acid, bases, and salts. I hope that you have gone through the video. I gave you some homework also that day. Try to do it and clear up the doubts. So let me repeat the questions one by one. Why should curd and sour substances not be kept in brass and copper vessels? Why should curd and sour substances? Curd means Curd is a sour substance. It contains lactic acid. Then, most of the sour substances contains acids. Should not be kept in brass and copper vessel. Copper is a metal, we know. Brass is an alloy of copper and zinc. So what happens is that particular metal will be having a reaction with the acids. So what happens when a metal is treated with an acid? The corresponding salt and hydrogen gas is obtained. So if you are keeping curd and other substances which are sour in copper vessel or brass vessel, a poisonous substance is obtained which is not fit to eat along with the liberation of hydrogen gas. So that answer you should write. Then second question, which gas, which gas an acid reacts, which gas is formed when an acid reacts with a metal? When an acid reacts with a metal, hydrogen gas is obtained. Illustrate this with an example. So you can write any example like zinc plus sulfuric acid, Zn plus H2SO4 gives ZnSO4 plus H2. In chemistry, as far as possible, you write equations, that too balanced equations. How will you check the presence of hydrogen gas? This also we did the activity in the lab. If you bring a lighted matchstick near to the mouth of the test tube, if it extinguishes with a pop sound, we can say that the liberated gas is hydrogen. The third question, metal compound A reacts with a dilute HCl to produce effervescence. The gas evolved extinguishes a burning candle. Write a balanced chemical equation if one of the compound formed is calcium chloride. When these type of questions are coming, students, you should keep on reading the question minimum 2 to 3 times so that you should get an idea what is being asked over there. Metal compound A reacts with the dilute HCl. So metal is there, dilute acid is there. So obviously salt plus hydrogen gas will be liberated. Effervescence. Effervescence means boiling appearance. The gas evolved extinguishes a burning candle. Write a balanced chemical equation if one of the compounds formed, means one of the product is calcium chloride. So think which compound, which substance, which metal compound. We have studied what is the difference between a metal and a compound. A metal means substances which are ready to lose electrons. So what is the answer for this question? If one of the compound formed is calcium chloride, metal compound. So calcium carbonate react with HCl to form calcium chloride, then carbon dioxide and water. You can have to write the relevant equations. So I want everyone to write these questions and answers in the classwork. The classwork is not available. Please write, take some paper and write it with the relevant dates. Also, whatever the activities which you are supposed to do in the NCERT textbook, from this lesson, so many activities has been given. Please draw the diagram, label properly, and you have to give the proper explanation. Now let's go through some next topic. What do all acids and bases have in common? What do all acids and bases have in common. Actually, this concept was explained beautifully with the help of an activity, the textbook. Please read that activity once again. We have to take a beaker. We have to give the connections as shown in the diagram. Add a dilute HCl initially. Switch on the plug. The bulb started glowing. That indicates that hydrochloric acid is a good conductor of electricity. This experiment can be repeated with the dilute sulfuric acid, dilute acetic acid, dilute nitric acid, etc. And the same experiment can be repeated with the dilute sodium hydroxide, dilute potassium hydroxide, dilute calcium hydroxide, etc. In all the cases, we can see that the bulb glows. This activity also, don't worry, we'll do in the lab. The bulb glows. We know ions are the carriers of electricity. So here what happens is, for example, let's take the case of hydrochloric acid. Hydrochloric acid, what happens? Hydrochloric acid, actually, it dissociates to H plus ions and Cl minus ions. The case of hydrochloric acid, when we are passing electricity to dilute hydrochloric acid, it dissociates or it splits into its concerned ions, the corresponding anion and cation. Similarly, H2SO4, for example, sulfuric acid, 2H plus plus SO4 2 minus. HNO3 gives H plus plus NO3 minus. Then H3PO4, phosphoric acid, 3H plus plus PO4 3 minus. So like that, please go through this equation. Hydrochloric acid, it dissociates to H plus and Cl minus. Then H2SO4, it dissociates to 2H plus plus SO4 2 minus. You have studied the valency part. The nitric acid HNO3, it dissociates to H plus and NO3 minus. Then H3PO4, phosphoric acid, it dissociates to 3H plus plus PO4 3 minus, phosphate ion and a hydrogen ion or a proton. So we can see that that particular compound, for here we have taken acid, so it dissociates to the corresponding anion and cation. Since hydrochloric acid is a good conductor of electricity, that bulb which was connected glows. Now let's see what happens if we have taken sodium hydroxide, potassium hydroxide, calcium hydroxide, etc. This also split into concerned ions. In 9th standard, actually, we have studied regarding these ions. For example, sodium hydroxide, Na plus and OH minus, potassium hydroxide, Cl plus and OH minus, calcium hydroxide, Cl2 plus plus, 2 OH minus. Like. So please go through these equations. Sodium hydroxide dissociates to Na plus and OH minus, sodium ion and hydroxide ion. Potassium hydroxide, it dissociates to potassium ion and hydroxide ion. Calcium hydroxide, it dissociates to calcium ion and hydroxide ion. Why Cl2 plus came here? Because the valence of calcium is 2. Calcium is a metal, so Cl2 plus. But it is surprising to note that in the place of an acid or a base, if you are putting some glucose solution or if you are putting some alcohol in water, the bulb does not. This shows that alcohol in water, uh, glucose solution, they will not conduct electricity and hence the bulb will not go. Now the next portion is what happens to an acid or a base in water solution. What happens to an acid or a base in water solution. This also was explained very beautifully in the NCERT textbook with the help of an activity. This activity also we are going to do in the lab. Don't worry. First you study the theory part for the time being. Okay. For example, hydrochloric acid. You take some dilute hydrochloric acid or dilute sulfuric acid. For that, in the textbook, it is clearly mentioned. It's sulfuric acid. Take some sodium chloride, around approximately 5 gram, in a test tube, and add some dilute sulfuric acid to it. We can see that a gas is evolved. You take a blue litmus paper. That blue litmus paper should be a dry blue litmus paper. We introduce this dry blue litmus paper to the gas which is evolving through this test tube. We can see that there is no color change. But the second step, you wet this blue litmus paper, then show it in front of this gas which is coming out through the test tube. We can see that the blue color changes to red color. From this experiment, we can see that an acid behaves as an acid only in presence of water. For example, we can write the equation like sodium chloride NaCl plus H2SO4 gives Na2SO4 plus 2HCl. Please go through this equation. 2NaCl plus H2SO4 gives Na2SO4 plus HCl. Actually, this HCl, it is coming as a gas. This is hydrogen chloride gas. To this gas only, we are introducing a dry litmus paper, blue litmus paper, and a wet blue litmus paper. When the blue litmus paper, when it is wet with water, then only the blue litmus paper changing to red, indicating that an acid behaves as an acid only in presence of water. So let's write an equation. HCl plus H2O. We have to complete this equation. HCl plus H2O. We know HCl ionizes to H plus and Cl minus, to hydrogen ion and a chloride ion. Plus, what happens when it is combining with water? The products are H3O plus Cl minus. So this is the product obtained. HCl plus H2O gives H3O plus Cl minus. HCl, hydrochloric acid, when it is mixed with water, we are getting H3O plus. What is this H3O plus? H3O plus is called hydronium ion. Hydronium ion and chloride ion. How this hydronium ion is formed? Hydronium ion is obtained by H plus H2O gives H3O plus. We are getting this H plus from hydrochloric acid. Okay, so H plus H2O gives H3O plus. Similarly, we can do the same thing for sodium hydroxide also. For example, sodium hydroxide NaOH plus H2O gives, what happens when a base is dissolved in water? Here we should know one concept. Soluble bases are called alkalis. Those bases which are soluble in water, then only they are called as alkalis. For example, NaOH, KOH, etc. How can we split this? Sodium hydroxide, NaOH, it splits to sodium ion and hydroxide ion. Potassium hydroxide, it splits to potassium ion and hydroxide ion, like that. So let me complete the equation. Na plus plus OH minus K plus plus OH minus, like. So sodium hydroxide dissociates to sodium ion and hydroxide ion. Potassium hydroxide dissociate to potassium ion and hydroxide ion, like